Welcome to the Fight Game. He's Icewater. I'm Puma, and the Fight Game is sponsored by Rayon Cognac. Join the movement. Contact us at www.rayoncognac.com. Get that XO, baby. Your boy Mayweather's in the news, man. Got a $70 million payout or an advance by Netflix for the Pacquiao Mayweather fight. And a few weeks ago, he said, hey, it's going to be an exhibition. But Pacquiao was like, oh, no, it's not. We fighting for real. You gotta put that O on the line. And so now the fight is in jeopardy. And I don't blame Pacquiao. Pacquiao has been out for about a year and a half, coming back to boxing. Mayweather said, hey, I'm coming back. I'm out of retirement. I'm boxing. But you said a few weeks ago he's doing it for entertainment. And Pacquiao, like, no, the fuck, we're not. We doing this for real. So what are your thoughts about this, man?
Man, I tried to tell you a few months ago or almost a year ago, Floyd don't want to fight nobody for real no more. He don't. I mean, I think he got excited because it's Pacquiao, probably the money,
Yeah.
and thinking that he could beat Pacquiao. But I think he might have went home and like, you know what? I don't want to train. I don't want to do that running at 2 o'clock in the morning the way he normally does and all the sacrifice. I mean, he live a pretty nonchalant life right now from what we see with him not being in the news. He playing with his grandson. And I think initially he got excited about it, but then he goes, shit. Nah, look, I ain't trying to fight nobody no more. For what? Because he like, what else I had to prove?
Yeah, I mean, when he came out of retirement, I'm like, okay, is he gonna fight for real? And you can't come out of retirement and fight exhibitions. That's not real. So when Pacquiao was sitting there, he pulled a money mic. Like, you think I do this for fun? You think I do this for play? No, we doing this, and I want to get my get back. So I'm not gonna get in there and put on a show. And I want my get back, and I want to put that one on your record because to me, Mayweather didn't go out right. He fought McGregor. That ain't the 50 to me. I'm sorry, you can't count that. He's not a professional boxer. So I always said that it's 49-0 because McGregor was an exhibition. I'm sorry. I said it.
Hey, and that's cool. You have the right to your opinion. I'm cool with that. But my thing is this. The last time Floyd fought Pacquiao, everybody said Pacquiao was too old. Pacquiao was injured. It was always something. It was all these excuses why he got outclassed, right? Now he even older. Now what? What you gonna say? What if he don't win? What if Floyd still do what he did and so I told you he'll get it 50, but he outclassed Pacquiao again. So all I'm saying to you is, what's the purpose of it? Make
Well,
it an exhibition.
Pacquiao wants it to be a real fight. That's the difference. It's like I'm
That's
not coming in for an exhibition. If I'm going to come
okay.
in to fight, we're going to fight. I don't want to play with this. I want to come in. I mean, I was wondering why Pacquiao came back in the first place, but he seriously wants a championship and he wants to fight. So I'm gonna give it to him. But it seems like Mayweather doesn't want it. He doesn't want any parts of it. And if it goes south, he's gonna have to get that 70 million or whatever advance he got back to Netflix because they're not gonna pay him to sit there and watch Mayweather. I'm gonna take a page from 50 Cent. Read Dr. Seuss.
I mean, I get that,
On
but
Netflix.
on the other hand, that's why it's still gonna be an exhibition. Now, the only person that's gonna be pissed off will be Pacquiao because he wants to fight for real.
Now he's
But as
suing.
far as right, and I'm
Pacquiao's
okay
suing
with
now.
that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, that's cool. But the only person that's mad is gonna be Pacquiao. Because if Netflix played for Jake Paul and Tyson, shit, Mayweather Pacquiao exhibition is shit, that's like 9 levels above.
It
Because you
is.
know that
It should be, in my opinion, it should be a real fight. And even
okay.
though these guys are older, and it's going to be like the Trinidad Roy Jones fight when they got too old. It's going to be like that. It's entertainment, but Pacquiao wants it to be for real. He was under the understanding that it was going to be a real fight. The Floyd Mayweather camp flipped the script and said, no, it's going to be an exhibition. And
No,
so he's
I agree with
be
that.
fighting Tyson too as an exhibition. You better make sure that Mike is real, mellow, and smoked a few totes before he going in that ring, because he may not think it's an exhibition too. After he kind of suffered the embarrassment what Joshua did to one of the Paul brothers, and now he wants to redeem his reputation, because after that, people were like, you know what, we're done with you, dude.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. And whatever Mike wants to do, Mike can do. I agree with that. So Floyd doesn't need to be aware if he's going to fight him, be watching out because he might have a flashback or something, right? I get
Definitely.
that. But to Pacquiao, Floyd has nothing else to prove to you. You got into the ring with him, he beat you. You said it was your shoulder. People say he fought him too late. What the hell is this? It's too late. So you fight him again. And granted, he may have to get the money back. But if I'm Netflix is saying, just give me a show. Get in the ring. I'm serious. If you pay for they pay for Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
The trap.
This is like
That
this
was
is this is
trap.
an
I didn't
all-time
even.
great
I
fight.
still haven't watched that.
Right.
I still haven't
I
watched.
know, but I'm just saying, but if they pay that money for this, Mayweather versus Pacquiao as entertainment is still notches above anything that they got from Mike Tyson. It just is. So however they want to do it, maybe he might have to get the money back, but eventually I bet you what'll probably end up happening is either get the money back or that means Pacquiao won't get no money either though.
Well, if he sues, he will.
For from Floyd,
The contract, yeah. If he sues, he gets money.
a little bit, but ain't nothing to write home about.
Yeah. Okay.
But my thing is though, so you want to fight for real? And you gonna pass up on that Netflix payday? What difference do it make? Except to you. You old, bruh.
It's
Fight
the,
Keith Thurman in again.
it's the principle of the thing, Smokey.
Man, in these modern day times, ain't nobody care about no dang on principles for the
Okay.
most part.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Come on, now you know. I mean, only person that really riving up and mad is Pacquiao. But if Netflix say, you know what, if you come in with this exhibition and we throw a couple more extra dollars on there, you think you go, well, oh no, I ain't gonna do it. Please.
Yeah. I'm with Pacquiao. No show. Let's do this thing for real and earn that 50 and 0 instead of 49 and 0 and you fight McGregor. Earn the 50 and 0. If you're the greatest of all time, earn the 50 and 0. Let's go to over the past weekend. There were a couple of fights we were talk about. Wilder wins in a split decision over Chisora. Wilder is 40 years old. Chisora is 42 years old. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. It was a slugfest.
Right.
You watched the fight. I watched the. I missed the fight because it came on too early. I was watching March Madness, but did watch the Tszyu fight later on that night, and he wants Earl Spence Jr. So let's go to the Wilder fight and what your observations were, because I saw the highlights and it was like a little rascal. You lay down. No, you lay down. No, you lay down. No, you lay down. So it was like it was a split decision, which one of the judges said, hey, he thought Chisora won the fight. So your thoughts, man?
A lot of hugging, a lot of grabbing, a lot of
Hugging in the
you
hug,
have to,
kissing in the
yeah,
kiss.
yeah. Once you get to the
Okay.
up until the fourth round, then you saw guys trying to throw punches. They started to go get tired. Their stamina was gone. They just didn't have it. They fell down a lot of times. It seemed like they were dancing, and it just went on and on. And as much as I like Wilder, I just don't think he has the punching power that he did before.
Wow. Okay.
And Shore was trying to come forward, which he was, but you leaning my chest into your head, but it was more of dancing, and you're just trying to say to yourself, nobody's gonna knock anybody out, so let's just get this over with. Which is why I think when it was all said and done, I do think Wilder won because he's doing more straightforward punches, if that's even possible. But I think that after it was announced that Deontay Wilder won, he walked past Anthony Joshua, and Joshua didn't even really pay attention to him because it was like, you want to fight me after that performance? And which is why I say there was potential talk about Wilder fighting Usyk. Come on, man. Nah. I love Deontay Wilder, but he's 40, he's not the same dude. Now the Anthony Joshua fight, because we know Anthony
I can
Joshua.
see that. I can
I
see that.
watched that too. Anthony Joshua has been known sometimes to show up and sometimes not. And maybe Wilder get pumped up one more time. But I will watch that because I think they're almost on the same level now because I'm an Anthony Joshua fan. I've been converted since the Jake Paul win.
This ain't gonna be Jake Paul, but
No, no, no. But I'm just saying he got my respect when he handled duties that was supposed to be handled. So I don't care what else he does, whatever else Anthony Joshua doing, he could be cooking food on a hot plate. I'm gonna see if I can get there and then support him because he handled the business. I don't care.
I think when I saw the exchange, it's almost like Joshua was like, I can get him now. As before years ago, it's like I don't know about this guy. This guy's a big puncher. Now I think Anthony Joshua is probably thinking, okay, I think I can get this dude because this dude, to me, seeing some of the highlights of the fight, Wilder still doesn't have the boxing skills to really kind of handle superior boxers if they keep him off with the jab, things of that sort. And so I understand that these guys were kind of close and they were talking to each other's families after the fight. And Chisora, I believe, is going to retire after this. He's 42 years old. He's fought. He hasn't ducked anybody, and he's fought just about everybody. And so, what else does he have to prove at this particular point? And Wilder, I don't know if he can get a punch in on Joshua. He might be in the game again. He might be in the game again to warrant big pay-per-view fights, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Like you said earlier, Joshua has a tendency to kind of like, lackadaisical and then, find himself on the canvas. So who knows? Who knows at this particular point?
No doubt, I agree with that 100%. But it would be something to watch because we haven't seen it. And who knows the whole and we get up for Jake Paul. Most people got up for Jake Paul Tyson. Hell, this is a blockbuster from that standpoint. So you never know. Anything can happen, but it's worthwhile. The anticipation alone make you tune in.
Yeah. The other fight that I watched was Tim Tszyu against a guy by the name of Nurja, I believe. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing his name right. He came into the fight 20-0 with 9 knockouts, and Tszyu really went to work and showed what made him a top middleweight in that particular division. And now he's saying he wants Earl Spence Jr. And Earl Spence Jr. is like, you know what? You better be careful what you want because I'm going to give it to you. And so this fight, I think, will be good for both of them because Roy Jones, is reported that he went to go see Earl Smith Jr. to see whether or not he still had the chops to fight. Obviously, he gave him his blessings, like, yeah, you still got it. So Earl Spence is still training. They were talking about one of the Charlo brothers fighting him. I don't think that's going to happen. But I think this will be an intriguing bout to get both of them on that map in that middleweight division back in the game again. Your thoughts?
No, I agree 100%. Tim Tszyu is trying to find his way back. We thought he was really done last couple of times when he got stopped, right? And we thought he was done there. But to come back and get an impressive victory by that means he still has life, still has some dog and still has some dog in the game. So I agree with that. But then on the flip side, Errol Spence is trying to figure out where he is. I think that we said before that the accidents played a major part with the way he tried to come back, and he hasn't fought since the last time he got stopped by Crawford.
Right.
So with that being said, it's being calculated as to what his next move would be. And I think these are like two up and coming fighters that are two old dogs trying to get back in the ring, and one takes that next step up. So what better way than to find out who's real, who's not? Then these two guys fight out. I think it's perfect for both of them because it serves a purpose for both of them to find out whether or not they still have it, whether or not the thirst is real, the hunger is real, and whether or not they're worthy of getting another shot at something else.
All right. Any other boxing news that we need to be aware of?
Yeah, just saw recently that Xander Zayas signed to fight Jerome Boots Ennis. They're going to fight June 27th. And the significance of this is because the junior middleweight titles of WBO and WBA are owned by Xander. And we've been going bouncing around trying to get that Virgil Ortiz fight versus Boots, right? That type of thing. And finally, this is something where we have a legitimate championship bout that two fighters said, "The hell with that, let's get it on." Now, some people think Xander's taking a big risk because of Boots, but some people say Boots hasn't fought anybody. And now, the more and more you watch Boots fight or you watch him train, there's some things that are irregular in his training that you see that he does that you shouldn't be able to get away with. So, a lot of critics out there about what's going on, and Xander's up and coming. So, with that being said, put him in the ring and let him work it out.
Yeah, and he's no joke either. He is no joke, and I've seen him fight a few times, and he's the real deal. So Boots better be careful too. I know Xander's taking a risk, but he's a real deal. I like the way he fights, and it should be a great battle. He's Icewater. I'm Puma, and this is a fight game.